Welcome to Late Night Lotro. We are riding a horse to go meet my friend Candaith, who's been waiting patiently for like a month for these rapidly decomposing eyeballs in my pocket. So,
No, they don't decompose unless the story demands it. They're
yeah,
magic.
I guess.
I'm not
Yeah.
riding a horse. I am fighting some goblins.
I'm scrolling through Tumblr because I have
Pretending
nothing
I
better
can
to
read.
do while I'm riding a horse.
Hmm?
Just scrolling through Tumblr. I got nothing better to do while I'm riding a horse. Dick Slutsky.
There we go. I just had to reload your stream because it was buffering.
It's,
And it's buffering again. I think it's the combination of recording and streaming that gets you.
oh, it's fine.
That
It's
causes
gonna
the
do that. You know
issue.
what? I'm not gonna botch it. What's their
Savage.
names? Charlie streams buffer. Like I tried to watch their one of the things where all they're doing is transcribing and it buffers every 5 seconds. It's just a bandwidth thing. If it's like too bad to look at, just you can just always come back in the morning and watch the VOD version.
I don't think I ever have that problem. But then Charlie's usually the only one around to tell me if I'm having that problem.
Yeah. Like your Sim streams won't play for me, but Sims in general just does not stream in my household. Just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's fine. Fucking Sims. EA released fucking kits.
Mm.
And I'm so tired of hearing about them. They were a bad idea. We can all agree on that. It's just like a universal truth. And we can stop sucking EA's dick. And I don't have to hear about them anymore. Please stop telling me about kits.
What about kids? What?
They took a stuff pack and cut it into thirds and charged $5 for each third so they could get 50% more money for one stuff pack. Actually, it has a little bit less than most stuff packs these days, and it still costs $5 more than the other.
Oh, well, I don't give EA my money, so I don't care.
I didn't used to. I mean, technically now I give EA Carry-An's money, but I was tired of getting yelled at by our ISP for stealing The Sims, um, so I had to stop. Very sad.
Yeah, I guess
Heartbroken.
so. That's
So
real screwed
nowadays,
up of EA to make your ISP do that. Oh, I keep meaning to get it to
yeah.
change the name and password for my Wi-Fi, because I think my
Keep meaning to change.
my neighbor might be stealing it.
Why?
Well, because I pay for it, and he knows my password. And normally I
Why does
wouldn't
he know your
care,
password?
because I told it to him like a year or so ago because he asked me. Um, and at the time, and normally I didn't care, but he keeps parking in my spot, and it's pissing me off. So I'm going to change my Wi-Fi so he can't use it for
That's
free
fair.
anymore. You see, because
Well, you think that
I am in many ways an anarcho-communist. So if it doesn't cost me anything to let other people use my stuff for free, then I have no reason to not let them use my stuff for free. But
yeah.
since he keeps parking in my spot, he doesn't get to use my shit for free.
Uh, if he's always on your internet, you know that might be part of why your streams are so laggy, right?
Well,
He's
that could
using
be,
up your
but
bandwidth.
I don't actually know that he is. I'm just making an assumption.
Yeah.
But if I change my router name and password, and all of a sudden my streams it miraculously improve, then I think we'll know why.
Yeah. Ooh. Sorry, you fucking inferno bombers. Stop dropping fucking bombs on me.
But my streams are laggy even when he's asleep or like he's. I don't even think he's home right now, and it's like that. So I think it's entirely possible. It's just that my internet's bad.
Yeah. Maybe that's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it sure is.
Your internet's just always bad.
Hmm.
Oh, but is there something I
Somebody
can
who
do
lives
for
there
you?
someplace with good internet, if willing to let me crash on your couch, hit me up, and I will come and crash on your couch.
I mean, you can talk to Carrie Ann about it.
Nah, I don't want to live on Carrie Ann's house for free anymore. Again, because she likes to use that
Oh, well,
against me,
maybe.
and I don't like having that used against me.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I've been trying all fucking week to get a hold of the counselors at the community college I applied to, but it won't let me into my student email, and I can't get a hold of anyone to reset my student email password.
Oh,
So I can't even fucking apply for classes.
that is annoying.
It's so fun. Like, I don't even want to go. Let's be
Yeah,
fair here. I also do not want to go to college. The mere idea of it makes me break out in hives. But I do need to at least apply for a couple of classes to get Carrie Ann off my back, and
yeah.
it won't fucking let me do that.
Um,
Also, it's fucking automated system. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't go for it. You continue your rant. I was gonna
Oh,
do a
I'm
change.
just complaining again about how its automated system uses my dead name instead of the name I put under my preferred name.
Oh well, that's just in the heading, so just kind of like skim your eyes quick past that. Um, what am I doing? I thank you, Ryota, but my thanks are tempered with concern. I have never seen a force of orcs like this in Eriador before today, organized and well provisioned. I don't remember what you're thanking me for. Oh yes, murdering dudes. I gotcha. They hold an encampment in an outlet within the Midgewater Pass and bear a strange charge on their banners and shields, one I have not seen before. Their numbers at this camp are great, but the day may come when we can drive them howling from the lone lands. Not today, I fear, but perhaps not so far off. Oh, hi. There's another matter that demands our attention, an urgent matter. We will see to the destruction of their camp in the Midgewater Pass later.
What can I do for you?
As I began my search for Radagast near the Midgewater Pass, I witnessed an orc messenger depart in great haste. Quickly I followed, trailing him eastwards along the shoulder of the hills in the south, but my search was interrupted. I could follow no further, for foul Crebain circled above, and to be discovered would do greater injury to our work here than I can permit. Once again I must call upon your aid. The messenger likely carries with him orders to the outlying camps. If you can intercept the messenger, we may learn the nature of these orders. So armed, we will be better equipped to deal with the orc threat. Search among the orc camps in Glum Hollow to the west, and return to me with the orders this messenger surely possesses. I will seek sight of Radagast passage elsewhere. Okay. Oh, here, you can have these eyes too.
What do you
Why,
need?
why are you looking for Radagast?
Um, because Gandalf told me to. Uh,
Fuck Gandalf. Gandalf can get off his ass and look for his friend.
Gandalf is busy trying to catch up with Aragorn and the hobbits.
Convenient excuse.
I'm supposed to be finding out what's going on with Skorgrim and Angmar. Gandalf has more pressing concerns. Though it seems an ignoble task, I tell you plainly that this was necessary. The Crebain are spies from afar, and they seek some grand prize here. With all that I have seen in these lands of late, I fear there's some great wheel turning. I can only hope that our part can slow its progress. Thank you, Ryota, for all you have done, though I wish you could have given me these before they rotted. Because they smell very bad. Hey, no problem, dude. Oh, anyway, what I was gonna ask you is if did you ever apply for disability?
No.
Because it's not any more. It's no harder or long or more difficult to um apply for disability as it is to apply for college. They ask most of the same questions. What do you want?
See, the problem is that I have a very strict paperwork limit when it comes to things like financial aid, like government paperwork. There's only so much I can do before it becomes impossible. So I need someone to help me with it. And Carrie Ann's been super busy and also super sick.
Uh,
And Charlie can't help me. So I have to wait for grand to be able to do it.
That's fair. Where did... Oh, there it is. Because it's a bear skill. Yes, it is. Okay.
I don't know if you're talking to you, so keep thinking.
I'm talking to myself because I learned a new skill. I was looking to see where it was on my bar. It was a bear skill.
It is in the most inconvenient place.
Oh,
I
hey.
need to kill one more of these Lotro bombers, and then I can. What is he barking at? There's nothing out there. It's like 1 in the fucking morning.
Probably animals.
No.
He might just be barking just to bark, because dogs will do that.
But it's sleeping hours. He's supposed to be asleep. It's another reason we need his mother to come home soon. In addition to the fact that she's our sister and we love her.
What do you need?
I appear to be taught. There we go. That was fun. That was an adventure in itself.
These orders are written in the black
She's
speech,
around.
Ryota. Oh, go for it. Continue. You were talking.
I know. I was just talking to the dogs more. Fuck it.
Okay.
Tired of them. Read your stuff.
Alright. These orders are written in the black speech, Ryota, a tongue I have never desired to learn. I should have been prepared for this, but I hope that we would learn something useful immediately. When you were seeking these orders, I followed signs of Radagast through the hills. I was not alone in this pursuit, as a patrol of orcs soon happened upon my location. I was forced to break off my pursuit. You know, this happened awful quick, considering the messenger I killed was literally right up the hill. See, this is why I said that he's a little bit full of shit. I was forced to break off my pursuit, and I lost my bow as I evaded the orcs beneath the eaves of the wood. It was a close thing, Ryota, a close encounter that yielded insight into the orcs' leadership. You did well for your part, and soon we will understand the intentions of these orcs as well as their leadership. You sure did just say leadership a lot.
What do you need?
Leadership is the most important thing to some people.
Yeah.
Well, I would like you to. No, stop telling me.
I would have easily evaded the orcs I pursued, Ryota, were it not for the War Master. Why do you keep saying my name? Are you a car salesman? Are you trying to engender unearned trust? Were it not for the War Master that traveled with them, Uzor they called him, and gave him what respect that their kind reserved for their strongest and fiercest warriors. It is likely that Uzor returned to the Bleak Rift within the Midgewater Pass, for that seemed to be his domain. He must be slain and whatever orders were given to him recovered. Bleak Rift is northwest of here, on the northeastern edge of the Midgewater Pass, surrounded by a shallow body of water. Defeat War Master Uzor and look for a letter of some kind near his person. Return to me victorious, and we will discuss further what must be done. Bleak Rift is likely to be a dangerous place, Ryota. Be careful. I will continue my search for Radagast. I will continue considering.
Greetings.
The orcs took my bow from me, as I have mentioned like twice now, and while it would not be difficult to make a new one, I am loath to be parted for it. It is very dear to me, for it was passed down from my grandfather to my father, and from my father to me. One of War Master Uzor's archers has surely taken it for his own. Search the vicinity of the Midgewater Pass for archers bearing the mark of the White Hand. If you are truly brave, look to within Bleak Rift to the northwest. I have seen many archers in that place from a fair distance, and one of them might have taken my bow as a spoil of war. Bring caution with you, Ryota.
What can I do for you?
While you trek within Bleak Rift, searching for Uzor, be on the lookout for lockboxes or anything that has the appearance of value that the orcs may have stolen. If my hunch of Radagast is correct, then this will prepare you well for the future and the possibility of dealing with a variety of people here in the Lonelands. I will say nothing more of them now, as they are private people, and it is not for me to reveal their secrets. You will know what I speak of should you see them, but you should... Oh, shit!
What's wrong?
I dropped my mic.
You okay?
Nah, I just knocked my mic over.
Oh, no.
Keep your search centered around the Bleak Rift. Okay. Will do. You enjoy sitting here,
No.
pretending like you're doing anything. And like you don't just have the game
Don't
script in your
tell.
hand telling you where Radagast is and when you're supposed to tell me. Oh, it's not up. It's down. It's over around this way. I think.
Spiders? Oh, no.
Thought you'd gotten used to spiders.
Not that I've gotten used to it, but I have more important things to be anxious over. They're still gross as hell, though.
Yeah. We'll just
Being
pretend they're
chased
crabs.
by a swarm of gnats.
See that,
I can't do that.
thought there was a comic on Tumblr today. There was a crab and a shrimp at a starting line. And the, I think it was, I don't remember, I think it was a blowfish. Set off the starter gun and the crab ran to the side and the shrimp went backwards. It was hilarious. What do you want? Bird. Okay, bye.
Don't kill the frog. We like frogs.
Alright, we can't go down. We can come back from there, but we cannot go in from there. Let's see.
You guys are gross, and I want you to die, please. But I want you to die without having to look too closely at you, if possible.
Who is attacking me? Mean bat.
What?
I didn't even know you were there and you would attack me? Rude. I'm going to throw bees at you. Okay.
Who? Throwing bees is your ultimate weapon.
It is my favorite thing. If you had the ability to throw bees, do you expect me to believe that you would not throw bees?
I don't do much. You've got a lot of injuries. I don't do much with grenades in general.
Not a grenade, it's a bees.
Do you throw it and have it explode?
It doesn't
Scatter
explode.
its contents on your enemies?
It's a ranged attack that does damage over time.
I see. Because the jar that you throw explodes and releases the bees?
I don't keep them in a jar. I'm a Bayorning. They're my friends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I just say, hey, hello, bee friends, get that guy. And they say, okay, dude. And then they get that guy.
Get his ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, no.
It's like I cast spell of get his ass.
Where is... I need a vendor, actually. Really, honestly, what I need more than anything right now is somewhere to offload all of my vendor trash.
Oh, if only you
So that I
were...
can use my inventory again.
Only you were a VIP and had a vendor in your pocket.
Yeah, that would be nice, but unfortunately that costs money.
To try to get in on Charlie's deal with Canyon of getting paid $5 a walk to take the dog.
I would have to go outside for that.
Yeah, but a Lotro subscription is like $15 a month, so that's only 3 walks a month.
Why did I pull up this fucking map? I can't see it.
And if you work things out with Charlie so that they walk the dog in the morning and then you walk the dog in the evening, or you guys could walk the dog together, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would cut into our profits somewhat, and I do think Cheyenne has a hard limit on how much she's willing to pay us to walk the dog a month.
Well, the dogs are supposed to be walked like 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
Well, and they
We don't walk this dog 3 times a month.
Well, yeah, that's probably why the dog's barking at everything, because he's full of energy. You let him outside.
We do leave him outside.
You take him. You need to walk the dog. I mean, the minimum is twice a day.
I don't want to walk the dog. I can't loot any of this. I don't have room for my inventory. Alright, we'll get something. Hey, if we work it out well enough, we might be able to afford an Old Republic subscription again as well.
Yeah, see? I mean, just think about it. That's, if you walk the dog twice a day, you and Charlie each walk him once a day, then in 1 week you can pay for a Lotro and a Star Wars subscription, and Charlie can pay for a Lotro, a Final Fantasy 14 and a Lotro subscription. And then there's still 3 whole other weeks worth of dog walks that you just get money that you can use to buy, like, manga to review or video games to play
I
or
think you're
just save up.
underestimating how much a Old Republic subscription costs.
If an Old Republic subscription costs more than $15, then EA is even more full of shit than anyone has ever given them credit for.
Well, it costs, if you do it month by month, it's $20 a month, if I remember correctly.
That's
But
bullshit.
if you do it in chunks of like 3 or 6 or year-long payments all at once, it costs less a month, but you have to pay like that many months worth of money up front.
Yeah, that's bull. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Lotro is $15 a month if you're paying month to month. I pay once a year, so that's $100 a year for me. Which I think, I don't know what that averages out to. They tell you on the screen. I don't know. Final Fantasy 14 is $13 a month, and if you decide to pay every 3 months, it's still $13 a month. So, and then it's an extra $2 if you decide per retainer if you decide to hire extra retainers, and if you're doing a lot of crafting, you will be hiring extra retainers. So.
Actually, it looks like most of these are now on their last. You can grab the ones that have the green check marks, but I think those ones are almost done.
Anyway, point being, if you walk the dog every day, then the amount of money you'll make walking the dog will cover subscriptions for 2 MMOs and still leave you some money left over.
It does sound nice.
And all you gotta do is take the dog for a walk.
But I would
Eventually, you will enjoy it, because one of the things that they say is good for anxiety and other assorted mental illnesses is exercise.
But I got a bike for it, and I can't even get on it, because every time I try, I remember what happened last time I was on a bike.
Well, the great thing about walking a dog is that you don't have to be on a bike to do it.
But I do have to be with a dog and out of the house.
Yeah, well then do it with Charlie. And then split it, that's $2.50 each, and it's about the same as if you did it alone.
Yeah.
And it's entirely possible that you can work her to still pay you $6 each anyway, even if you do it together. I mean, $5 each anyway, so that then you'll be making twice as much.
Find out how much I spent on medical bills first, though,
Yeah.
because that might null the deal somewhat.
Well, she's got Kaiser.
Especially
Kaiser's
since
supposed to
we're
pay
gonna
for
have to
it.
have. Especially since we're gonna have to have the downstairs bathroom tile completely pulled up to find out what's causing the leak.
Yeah.
Got so many.
Hey, I think War Master Uzor might be afraid of bees.
I do not have enough room to finish this quest. I do not have enough room to finish this quest. Okay. Where am I? Midgewater Marsh. It's gonna take forever to get to a vendor, so I'm just gonna delete some shit.
Okay, fine.
What do we have here? We do not.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now, you're never gonna need those loot boxes.
What loot boxes?
Well, sometimes you pick up loot boxes. And, it used to be that when you completed all the deeds in an area, you would get a key to open a loot box, but that's when the loot boxes were like level locked. And now that they scale to whatever level you are when you open them, the only way to get keys is basically by buying them.
Oh.
Or whenever they feel like giving out free keys for whatever reason.
Give me all your shit. Excellent, thank you. grasshopper monster in his camp.
Oh, that's fun.
Guess. I have to get all the way back to Staddle. Where's my horse? There's my horse. There's the dog, barking like an asshole. One day the dog will not bark like an asshole.
No. Dogs will always bark. That's what they do.
Sure, but one day he'll bark for a reason and not just because he'll like bark, right?
Yeah, and then you won't even know that it's for a reason because you're so used to ignoring him when he just barks.
We don't ignore him. We listen to him, we get headaches, and then we put him outside so he can bark at it away from us.
Mm.
Not smog. Swamp. Marsh. The dog is sitting by the window and whining.
Probably because he would like you to let him in because it's cold outside.
It's not that cold outside, actually. He wants to be let in because he thinks he'll get attention now. He won't.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what it probably is that because you're just sitting there and talking to yourself, right? But he doesn't know what a computer is. He does not know that you're talking to somebody else. He thinks you're talking to him.
Well, that's because he's a dog.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Another letter reading the dispatch black. The dispatch bleach. Ryota and its dispatch bleak. Ryota and its meeting evades me as did that of its fill. This one, however, bears the mark of the white hand. I must know what message this letter bears, Ryota. It is not a task for you, Ryota. Stop saying my goddamn name. Oh my god. I have finally discovered information on the whereabouts of Radagast, but there is something that you should see first. Excuse me. Let's see. I think fate. Is fate better than... Yeah, I'll do this one.
How can I be of service?
As I was returning from the lands to the east, the night sky over Weathertop was lit by bright flashes of white light, akin to lightning, yet no clouds darkened the sky. And of thunder there was no sound. I think that no ordinary storm visited Amonsul that night. I ask you to search the ruins atop Weathertop and see if there is anything you find, my friend. If you find anything out of the ordinary, return to me immediately.
How can I be of service?
Thank you, my friend. I am not your friend. The bow will yet slay many orcs before its time is ended. I thank you for its happy return. This guy would do well in the real world selling used cars.
What do you need?
Yes, I think these will do nicely. More on that in a short while, for there is much more to do about these orcs before I send you onward to the inhabitants of the Lowlands. Yeah, I know. Bend your bow.
Is there a vendor around here? There has to be a vendor around here, right?
Where are you?
Golly gosh, I'm gonna fall asleep here in a second.
You want to call it for here? Should we call it here and jump into Star Wars for half an hour and then you can go to bed?
No, just another. It's only another 10 minutes.
Alright. Go to the top of that. I go to Weathertop. The top of Weathertop. That is, first of all, redundant, and second of all, untrue. I don't think. Wait, is Weathertop the name of the whole mountain, or is it just the name of the top of the mountain? I don't remember. I don't think it matters. I'm just gonna ride my horse.
Goodbye, Surly Dan.
Sure, eventually. Maybe in the next week. Maybe in 10 years. some pedantic nerd will let me know whether Weathertop is the name of the mountain or just the top of the mountain. In which case, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna let you know right now. I do not care. It does not matter. Because, and this is true, Weathertop is not real. It does not exist in reality. What it's called, and whether the name applies to, means absolutely jack shit. So, you know.
This poor man is trying to get me to play matchmaker for him, despite the fact that this woman is clearly not interested and never will be.
Oh, medieval courting often involved the woman pretending to be less interested than she was, which is a problem because often they would not genuinely not be interested, and there's no way to tell between those who aren't interested and those who are just pretending not to be interested because that's what societal norms dictate. But I imagine, unless she flat out states, I do not like him, tell him to leave me alone, she's probably playing along with his courtship.
Well, she has repeatedly rejected him and only accepts the help that you offer because she's getting old and has no one else to help her around the farm.
Well, rejecting is part of the courtship thing.
That's weird.
Yeah, they have to pretend to not be interested, lest they be considered a whore. Turns out, and this is true, everything has always been awful. For always. It's like with that song, the Baby It's Cold Outside song. Like how nowadays it's kind of iffy. But when it came out, it was understood that she was only pretending to be disinterested. Like, all the excuses they come up with are external factors. Like, oh, it's so cold, and it's snowing. And none of it is like, I don't want to, I'm not interested, leave me alone. So it's just yeah, it's part of the reason why men in this day and age can't take no for an answer, is because their just brains have been poisoned by hundreds of years of no, not actually not meaning no. Even though nowadays, no means no.
Yeah.
We don't play that game no more. If a woman
No,
tells
we
you
got
she ain't
bored of it
interested,
real quick.
she ain't interested. So leave her alone.
Ace, your son has destroyed my throat utterly and forever.
Who's Zach?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Although I am not old enough to have a son in his 20s.
Apparently he is just 20.
He doesn't know
Also,
how
why
old he
can't
is.
you read numbers but not letters?
Because numbers are easier to remember than letters because there's only 10 of them. There are 10 digits and 26 letters, so numbers are easier for him.
But I don't imagine whoever failed to teach him to read was any more interested in teaching him how numbers worked.
I imagine he probably watched Sesame Street or something when he was a little, and he remembers the number sections better than he remembers the letter sections. Or it's possible that he has a lot of neurological damage in the language center of his brain. That's not so much wherever the numbers are stored, so he can remember numbers better. Or no, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I should make that joke.
Which joke? Like, I made a pretty tasteless joke. during my stream about how my name's Isaac. I'm in my 20s and I never learned to fucking read.
No, that's not tasteless. That's just a fact. I was
I think
thinking making it an Asians are good at math joke.
yeah, let's not make that
Yeah.
joke, actually.
That basically was the joke right there, but
Let's not do
so,
that.
yeah. So we're not gonna. We're not gonna. So I'm just going to go with the theory that my webcam got all blurry. What the hell?
He got the brain damage.
Yeah, that he's got brain damage in the language center of his brain, and he literally cannot learn to read.
That's fair. He's very
Like
I know, he's
like
very
he can
smart,
he
though.
can understand it when he's looking at it, but if he's not, then he doesn't retain it. Is my theory.
It's a good game, Oh, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Saya. There's a lot of backtracking, which is pretty typical of MMOs. Ace can tell you more about it. Ace,
Yes.
explain Lotro and all of its drawbacks.
Just the drawbacks?
Pros and cons.
Lotro is a game set in Lord of the Rings. That it's an adaptation of the Lord of the Rings where they basically will take any random detail that they can find in the books and expand it into a whole quest line, which is both a pro and a con. And because the game is big, like the map is huge. Yeah. But
the fucking intro quests take like hours themselves.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's
The
set
writing's
during the War of the
yeah,
Ring.
like the writing's really good. It's probably one of the most story-focused MMOs. Or actually, no, it's the most story-focused MMO I think I've played that doesn't have hours-long cutscenes. Like Final Fantasy XIV is pretty story-focused, but you basically have to sit and watch movies every so often, and that doesn't happen here. Like there's a lot of reading though.
What timeline is it set in?
It is. Well, so the intro is. Well, it depends. The human and the Hobbit intro is the day that Frodo, Sam, and Pippin leave the Shire. Like with the day they leave Bag End, you actually run into them on the road. The elf and dwarf is 2 years before. The elf actually starts 600 years before, and then it skips to 2 years before. The dwarf is starts at the time that Thorin's company is getting ready to leave for the events of the Hobbit, and then skips to the 2 years before. And then it just right now the game has gotten to past the defeat of Mordor. So it is now in Return of the King's territory, but not. It hasn't gotten as far as the scouring of the Shire. So, it's a big old game. You have found something. Let me see this rock webbing you have made. The runes are common, but I do not know what they signify. I am afraid this does not tell me much of the lightning Ryota, but it tells me something of the source.
I mean, you'll run into other players sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's not like hugely crowded.
No, likely the same person responsible for sending. Like usually in places like Bree, you find a lot of people, and during festivals.
They still have pretty regular updates, from what I understand.
Oh yeah,
I don't play it much.
they just released another big expansion.
Yeah.
And, whenever there's a festival, festival, you're gonna get crazy lag because people come from all over, and there are people who play music, and because the big focus of the game is on role playing and the social aspect. For a lot of people, it's like it's not obviously for me since I'm out here by myself talking to this NPC, but a lot of people are into the social aspect, and they have a lot of stuff that make role playing really fun and easy. So yeah.
The game's very much a labor of love by the people who make it.
Oh yeah, like
and so they're still maintaining it, and they're doing a great job from what I've seen. I don't play much because I only play with Ace, but
yeah. And if you really want to see him get more into like how it compares to the books and how it's expanded on stuff in the books, I'd recommend going to YouTube and finding Sigmund Yu's YouTube page and the Mythgard in Middle Earth stuff, because they've got like a series where they're playing the game, and another one where they're like laboriously going through Lord of the Rings, the book itself, and then at the end they go to various places in the game and talk about them and what they can guess about like the architecture and stuff. It's based on what's in the book and what they might be expanding on from the book to come up with their design. So yeah, it's super nerdy. It's a nerdy ass game.
Thank you for your aid, Ace.
Yeah,
It's
no.
much appreciated,
No problem.
both by me and by Saya.
Anytime. Ryota, I have news of Radagast.
Hold on.
What's up? Anyway, I'm reading.
I'm dropping your link into my chat.
Okay.
Yeah, he streams at Ryota.
Yeah. I have news of Radagast, but I must ask you once again for assistance here. The letter you received from, or you recovered even, from Bleakrift speaks of the Orc's true goals, taking control of Amonsul. The Orc forces are to move toward the crest of Amonsul under cover of night and will move in a large group, establishing small units along the paths from that larger force. We cannot stand against the force when they are assembled, but we can once they are splintered. They wish to establish a base that will allow them advantage over the entirety of the Lone Lands. We must foil their plans. Return to me when you are ready. Together we shall scale Amonsul and defeat Rigul, their leader, before he can carry out his master's will. Alright, Haley, do you want to keep playing this one till the end of this instance I'm about to start, or do you want to call it now and then I'll pick up the instance next week?
Oh, how long is your instance gonna take?
At least half an hour, I think.
I'm not gonna be able to stay up past 3.
Yeah, so
Let's call it quits here, and then
switch over to Star Wars.
yeah, let's switch over to the Old Republic, which is the best MMO.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
hold on, I have to go sell some shit.
Alright, well,
I
you have
keep
fun.
forgetting. Like 5 seconds here.
Alright, I'm going to stop recording here. So, everybody have a good week.
Alright.
Oh, yep, this is Ace. Hello. And I'm, right. Stopping recording here. Everybody have a good week. We'll be back at the regular time for hopefully the regular amount of time next week. But yeah, see you then. Bye-bye. We'll be back in a little bit for Star Wars. See ya.